Um, yeah, so let's get started. You all wake up. It is bright and early in the morning, and the song that plays at the tavern every morning, well, slowly like lulls each of you awake. The really had a dream, um, again of Bashaba and her.
Ooh.
Yeah, I believe it was. Ooh. Um, it was just another like empowering dream, and she's kind of visiting you, um, and tempting you to her side.
Oh man.
Gross.
He says
Riley's
JK,
gonna
but
Riley's gonna spend a few minutes meditating, and then who has like those black antlers currently? Out of curiosity, does
I
anybody
dropped
remember?
them on the ground when we were outside.
And
And
you
I
picked them up.
Oh yeah, we
Remember?
put them in the bag of holding.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm gonna grab my um symbol of Timora, and I'm just gonna try to I'm gonna unlock Dandy and I's door, and just trying with thaumaturgy to just blast it open.
The door.
Yes.
Why?
Just
Why?
slam it open. See if it still works.
What? The indoor?
Yes. So
You're
to like our room.
Why don't you just try to open it with your hand, you weirdo?
he's trying to test his spells.
Oh.
So you say the incantation as you have before, and it booms for a moment, and then you notice that um, it takes a little bit for you to actually get it to work. You say it once and then twice, and the door finally bursts open for you.
Right,
But it's kind of and it's more of a like you're not quite sure if it's because of your incantation or maybe you're tired. It worked, just not as soon. Like there seems to be a delay.
it's really hard with Dandy not here.
Yeah. He says, "Wow, why'd you open the door like that?"
Dandy,
Yeah,
can I have those antlers for a second?
I don't have them. Rona took them.
They're in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do that. And he um opens the bag of holding and hands it to you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold those, and I'm gonna try to slam the door shut.
Using thaumaturgy,
Yep.
you feel a force holding the black antlers. You feel the force just surging through you, and the door slams so hard against the frame it cracks. And in your ear, you hear a whisper, "This is how powerful you could be."
So, Dandy, are you gonna tell anyone about this?
About what? You just open and close the door weird, and I think we're not getting our deposit back.
Probably not. Alright, let's go have some breakfast.
All right. Yeah, and it's a bustling morning. People are kind of you see that the sailors that were uh overtaking the bar last night are there again. Uh and you find a table amongst the crowd, where all of you can sit. Who's at breakfast? Dandy's there.
I would be downstairs too.
I think I'm there, yeah. I like breakfast.
Yeah.
Just you two. All right. Is Zach dead?
Yeah, pretty dead. Sorry, I missed that. I thought you were still
Stop
on thoroughly stuff.
stepping on your server. Pay attention to us.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
He apparently paid attention to something he doesn't know about.
Oh, that's true. Are you at breakfast?
Yeah, sure, I'll be at breakfast. I eat food.
All right. And go ahead if anyone wants to talk about anything. Or
So we were supposed to go back to the was it Ladies' Hall or the Temple of Gunla? The High House of Wonders was this morning, right, guys?
I didn't go with you there, but
From last night. We were all traipsing around. I can't remember.
we need to find.
you guys wanted
The
to
owner
go
of the deck.
to you wanted to find followers of Baal.
Yeah,
And
it was
you-
Phandalin Beer.
Wanted to go to the High House to see if anyone knows anything.
Yeah, and Thalamond Orbeer said he wasn't awake yet, so we had to speak with him.
Yeah.
Oh, Aubergine.
Aubergine.
Yeah. I don't know what.
I don't have that written down. How did I know more of what was going on after like 2 weeks than just 1 week?
No, I took extensive notes last week though because I was pretty quiet. So
Yeah.
well, we have to go to the temple
Yeah.
and speak with the guard
Let's
again.
Go there.
All right,
Breakfast.
I've breakfasted my fill, but whenever you guys are ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Sounds good to me.
Yay! Okay.
And
Sorry, I will warn that I am a little lost because I did miss last session and didn't get a full catch up. So I'm just trying to gather where we are and stuff.
okay.
You only live with a DM, Anthony. Jeez.
I know.
I don't tell him anything.
We're planning a wedding.
Oh no.
I just say things like, "Did you talk to your friends yet? Oh my god, your friends. Oh my god, my friends. Hurry up and do this. I hate everyone."
Everybody talk to everybody's friends and get some beer.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so you travel through the streets of Baldur's Gate, winding towards the House of Knowledge. You see it's actually like the biggest thing, the biggest building in all of Baldur's Gate, and you see that it is it's like set up and like now that you're seeing it in the light, everything seems to be run on like what are they called, like cogs and gears, and it's almost like steampunk setup as you get closer, and the doors are wide open today, and you see interesting the clerics of Gond are all dressed very oddly. They're in like these saffron robes with sashes and big sun hats. Like everyone's wearing sun hats.
It's all the rage.
Yeah.
Is it Gon? Is it Gon? Gone?
Gond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had you.
Gond.
Wear
Gone?
sun hats.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and you see that though some are reading, most there are people with anvils out, like hammering or tinkering, and you see that there are quite a few gnomes in the area with these sun hats on, and they're these big glasses and tinkering around.
All look like Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
They all look like dorks.
Enough.
Yeah.
Do we see the guard from last night at all?
Oh,
The one who turned us away and said that it was too early.
You don't. It seems like a whole new crowd. There are some fresh faces, and as you walk in, a beautiful like chiming begins, and you realize it is now like we'll say about 10 a.m.
All right, so I don't think we should mention all to anybody because last time it didn't really get a good reaction. Maybe we should just ask to speak to Thalmond.
All of this divine god stuff is a little bit over my head. I'm more of a trees and animals kind of guy. And, fighting dragons, but...
He knows egg.
Well, I guess it's all our thing now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go up to the closest idiot I see in a hat and say, "Excuse me,
Holy person.
holy person. Do you know where I might find Thalamond Aubert?"
Oh yeah. Tune in. He's probably tuning the clock, and he kind of points towards the large, where the large sound is coming from, and you see up on a high perch is a small gnome with his tools splayed out. He's probably 8 feet in the air, and he's like tinkering with the clock. And he has the biggest sun hat you've ever seen.
Oh, right. Is he wearing overalls?
Yeah, he's wearing fantasy overalls, so they're like, harem pant. They're like wide, and he, looks great.
Excellent. Hello, sir.
Don't bother him.
Who's talking to me?
A random cleric. What do you need?
I need to speak with Thalamond. Hello, Thalamond.
He'll be done in a minute. Jesus.
Is there on there? I'd like totally ignore him.
And you hear, and you hear the squeaks of the. It's kind of like a window washer box, and he pulls at a pulley, and he looks down, and he gets until he's right about above your eye level. Says, "You stranger, what do you want?"
Rhoda blinks a couple times because it's so loud.
And then he turns around and starts levying back up.
We need to I'm gonna say this in Gnomish. We need to discuss something with you. And only you. Does the one standing beside us show any hint of understanding?
She doesn't. She's going back to like her potions. But you look around and you get the feeling that it's a friendly gnome place. So it's not the most unique language spoken. He replies, in Gnomish, "What is this business about?"
Is Ball the same in Gnomish and Common?
I mean, you could describe him as not just saying the name. But Ball would be, you could say Ball. And
I would say the followers of an outlawed god.
the followers that have been out, okay. What that means nothing to me.
Look, if you could just come down, it's really important. And I think you could just give us 5 minutes of your time. It's probably for the good of all. I mean, we're trying to save the world here.
The world. All these people always concerned about the world. Give me a moment. This clock is older than all of us. Needs tending to. Wait in my office, and I'll be there in, well, not so, in just a few minutes.
Right? I walk over to wherever he said, and on the way I'm going to say, wow, he certainly looks a lot friendlier than he is.
No kidding.
A sheepish cleric guides you towards the back of the hall and into this office that is neat but messy. Like, you can tell he has a lot of different sort of projects going on all at once, and you see like a half-finished potion here and a small toy in another corner, and his desk is filled with like all sorts of tools and tiny little trinkets.
Can I sense good and evil?
You would know that Gond is a good god.
Okay.
Does that cleric leave us in the room?
Yes.
Okay. Once he's gone. So, are we doing this the nice way, or are we doing this the Thorilli way?
No, we're doing this the nice way. If we do it the Thorilli way, we're never going to get in.
Okay.
Has your way
That's all the truth. Just saying.
Has your way ever worked thoroughly?
It proved that kid couldn't get us flying mounts.
Well, that's, I guess, one in the column of worked.
I'm pretty sure we thought he could get us mounts anyway, but that's okay.
And you hear some muttering shortly after, and the door opens. A little bit like these people are really into building machines and tools, but this seems like a little excessive. As it slowly you hear like a click, and then a gear shift, and it slowly opens on its own. Like, how hard is it really to open a door? But he is taking the time to do so.
She says when we have automatic doors on literally every like storefront.
It's like it takes a good solid like
yeah,
30
a long
seconds.
time.
Yeah, it is like
It's like a
you're
Rube
watching
Goldberg
the
machine.
door. Huh?
Like a Rube Goldberg machine.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. And then a tiny little finger comes up and pokes it at the end and just lifts it off the latch.
Yeah, at the end you say, make way for Thalamon, make way for Thalamon.
Is it him saying it? Because that would be amazing.
I'm just kidding. The door does open very slowly, but Thalamon, no bird says anything. And he kind of makes his way to the desk, which is gnome size, and you're sitting a little awkwardly in small chairs, staring down at him. And you see that he's old, like Dandy's like probably middle aged. This is a very old gnome, and his sun hat is very simple but worn. And he pushes his glasses at the end of his nose and says in gnomish, You've piqued my interest. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, we all don't speak. Just a few of us.
Oh,
Think just me.
Actually, I think you're right.
and Dandy. Dandy is out scouting. He's left
Dandy
the-
doesn't, because I've
No,
tried
100%,
speaking
yeah.
Gnomish to him
Oh
multiple times.
yeah. Oh yeah, he doesn't. He opens his. He opens the little drawer. He pushes a button, and again, his drawer slowly opens. He takes out a quill and a piece of paper. What do you want, you strange creatures?
Well, among other
I'm not just a
things,
dwarf, I'm not that strange.
you're a little strange. Among
I'm
other
strange.
things, we're trying to. The makers of a dagger, because it was used to kill a girl and destroy a village. And we're also trying to save the world from dragons, but that comes later. Maybe you can just help us with the dagger for now. And I put the dagger of Baal on the table.
You hear him gasp. This. Don't bring this into my home. This sort of a thing is illegal in Baldur's Gate to even have. Where'd you get this? Who gave this to you?
Well, as much as I'd like to disclose that, I believe the person who gave it to me didn't know what it was. It was in an old box. I don't think that's really relevant, and I realize it's upsetting. But we need to try and find out where it came from so that we can. I don't want to say destroy, it seems like such a harsh word, but we really want to eradicate the evil.
Eradicate,
Don't-
destroy.
Yeah, it's
Good with
pretty
either.
You should find a hole. No, an ocean. The deepest ocean you could find. And tie this to a boulder and let it sink to the bottom of the ocean and hope that no one finds it on you.
Well, we could do that, but that's probably not going to help us solve the mystery of the town or destroy the evil. So
The evil the evil has attempted to be destroyed many times, but how does one kill a god, really?
can we just start with maybe the followers that used it?
The followers. He looks at the dagger and he doesn't even touch it with his hands. He just moves it with a pair of like tweezers, and he studies it with a magnifying glass for a long minute silence. And you hear him breathing, his breath kind of quicken. I wouldn't go out looking for this type. They're like rats, in the city. They're both everywhere and nowhere.
Do you happen to know anybody, or I don't know if you're able to do this yourself, that would be able to tell whose this was, or maybe what it was used for?
Tell you what. Because this is the sort of thing that I wouldn't trust most people with, outside of myself and a trusted few here. I'll investigate this and tell you. This dagger is made by the hands of a humanoid, for sure. But I'm not sure, but it has some sort of. The wielder of it would have some power, some connection to that great evil we do not say.
Right. So,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have many answers for you. I know
No.
that you came here for uh something, but sometimes also it's not always the people who work with this god, the Lord of Murder, the owner of death and destruction. Sometimes they kill with no meaning behind it. They kill just to kill, you know.
I don't think this was used to just kill. The way that it happened seemed as though it was very specific. But thank you for your time. Maybe we can find somebody who knows a
Knows
bit more
more.
about it. And we will take your advice and destroy it.
Continue on your. If you. He gets your name from you quickly and nods. Give me. Carry about on your business. I'll give you answers when I get them.
We appreciate it a lot. Thank you again.
Keep
your
it
time.
safe. Do not show it to anyone else.
I won't. And I take it and hide it in my armor for right now. I'm just totally disgusted that I'm even touching it.
Can I just roll an insight check on this this good guy just to see what he's up to?
Yeah.
Woo!
He's old. He seems wise, and the look on his face is pretty troubled. You are not very familiar with deities, but you do know that like this is a very holy place, and it doesn't seem like he seems to be speaking the truth.
Okay, so he's not just trying to BS us, and they're actually followers of Ball and whatnot. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, small side note. Are we supposed to be meeting other...
Yes, we're
Dragon
supposed to be
Rider?
meeting a caravan here.
Yeah. You're supposed to be finding work on a caravan.
Okay. Well-
And he says, I'll sniff out one of the rats for you to talk to. When are you headed out?
Probably within a few days.
And where are you staying?
We're staying at the Elfsong Tavern.
I'll send a rat. One that I know is still running around and trying to find the answers on the inside, and I'll send someone to you soon.
All right.
They won't have many answers, but they'll tell you what to look for, you know? This is a mysterious thing. It's not something that is... It's not something even I can understand in my wise years. But be careful with it.
We will. Thank you again. And I think we're gonna...
Is there anything else? You have anything cool to look at?
I have this shield. It was given to me by Paylor.
Paylor, oh, I've had many great chats with Paylor.
You've
Fine shield.
spoken with Paylor personally?
Well, I have a connection to the high gods.
Well, that's pretty freaking awesome.
He's like a level bazillion cleric. He's like old and has...
Holy crap.
No.
We know who to call when the Tarask shows up.
You seem like a really useful person to know. Do you mind if we ever call on you if the world's in danger and we need a level 1,000,000 cleric?
I'm afraid I don't travel much anymore. And he pulls his leg up and puts it on the desk, and you see that it's made of wood. This fell off some time ago, and nothing seems to... In my old age, it's not worth bringing back. I let the wheel of time go as it goes.
Fair enough. Well, before I go, do you have any advice for a new cleric, new paladin of Palor?
A new paladin Palor, fight and believe in what you're fighting for, and trust Pelor and and fight for Pelor.
Solid advice. All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you again, Salamond.
He nods. All right, now get out of here. I have lots of things to tinker with.
Great. And I leave. I think everybody else.
Everyone stays.
Everybody else
Only
just
Rona leaves.
No, I'd follow.
They watch as he tinkers for an appropriate amount of time.
Don't watch me tinkering.
This is awkward.
Guys, I'm tinkering.
Mom, I'm just tinkering.
What are you doing in there? Just tinkering. So should we go meet up with the caravan or do something productive?
Where were we supposed to meet this caravan?
Yeah, do we know where the caravan is going to be?
We'll say that they told you to look in the stables area and ask around for work. And we don't have to role play that because they make you guys role play everything. And yeah, and you easily find some work in the caravan, like the time frame that you're looking for, that you know that the people are going to be there. And when you do, they tell you, the gentleman who employs you tells you that the caravan is going to arrive. The caravan with the cultists on it is going to arrive in the next 24, in about 24 to 48 hours. And then you will be leaving a day after that.
So 2 to 3 days we'll be leaving.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
While we're headed there,
Mm-hmm.
thinking back on what Dandy 2 said, what kind of check would it be to, like...
Oh yeah,
see,
Anthony. They met.
see if,
Yeah.
it's not really an insight because that's clearly what the kid thinks, but how truthful would he have been to the kid? Telling him that, it's kind of an insight check, but not.
Yeah, that's really hard to describe.
Just on how the feelings I've got from listening to him talk to Dandy, but then what he's told the kid,
I think that there isn't really a check. I think there really has a gut feeling, and
okay.
that he has a gut feeling that there's something shady going on with this. You obviously don't fully trust Uncle Gino.
Uncle Gino, yes, that's right.
Yeah. But, you are always welcome to bring that up with Uncle Gino and see his reaction.
Yeah.
It would be hard to do a check like that when you're watching a kid, talk to you about this, and
Yeah.
this guy's nowhere around.
After we get all the information about the caravan. So, Zeg,
Yeah.
you remember what Dandy 2 said about Uncle Gino not causing that rock slide?
Yeah. It was a little strange thing to say. I didn't want to say anything in front of him.
Do you want to come back with me and maybe we could ask Uncle Gino what he meant by that?
Sure.
I've got a feeling.
I don't know if Dandy will want to come
Why-
with us.
why- Why would a kid say that?
Probably because he was
Why
assured
would you
that multiple
tell a
times.
kid?
Yes,
But why would you
exactly.
tell a kid that? And I'd be doing this in front of like Halek and Rona.
What, is Dandy? I'm assuming Dandy's around, right? Or did he go off and scout still?
He's he's so
Lots of scouting to be done.
yeah, Uncle Gino, his friend, or sorry, his former I guess father figure that he left. Oh yeah, here she has a bunch of people, a bunch of great notes.
Wow, this is good.
Yeah. He basically, there was a young gnome named Angelo that Uncle Gino was kind of grooming to be the next Dandy. And when Dandy agreed to help him pull off one last con, Uncle Gino renamed Angelo in front of everyone to Dandy 2.
Oh man.
Yeah. And Dandy, like in the morning, says that he has to run, and you don't really know where he goes. And when you go to find Uncle Gino, he is not there. I'll just say that. I shouldn't say he was scouting. He wasn't scouting. Oh. All right. So you go and you see that there is a. It looks like they haven't really performed a show today. It's pretty quiet, and let's see. How are you approaching it? Are you walking up? Are you going to sneak up and listen?
I'm kind of just walking around trying to see if I see him.
Okay. Yeah. So you get kind of towards the caravans, and you hear like the heavy cough of the dwarf of Uncle Gino. It's actually like, and it's really like fills the air for a good like uncomfortable 2 minutes of strong coughing.
While headed over this way, I would have gone. So Zeg, how do we want to approach this? Just flat out ask him, try some stuff.
I feel like if we come up sneaking, we'll look like the bad guys, as we tend to.
Just go up and strike up conversation.
Yeah, probably, though it's going to get very heated very quickly if we start accusing him of literal murder in front of kids that his race his entire life.
True. We're getting a bit of echo through Anthony.
Oh boy.
So
Did the rest of
I'll be
you,
right back.
did you two come with us?
That night,
that was when me and you were on the opposite sides of the pole, or me and Danny were leaning up against opposite sides of the pole, and you were just standing there, and that's when we had the conversation. I'm pretty sure.
and Rona was doing something in her room.
No,
and
but
she-
like right now, are they coming with us?
I don't. She wasn't with you the first time, and she probably wouldn't have thought it was a good idea to go without Dandy.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so you hear this strong coughing, and you hear like a couple orders, and you see like a dwarf like leave the caravan. You can't really tell the difference between them yet, as they all have these weird names. And then hurry out of the caravan. Yeah.
Just a quick question.
Out of
Did
character,
we figure? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Throw you first.
What languages do you speak, Zeg?
Elvish, Common, Sylvan, and Druidic.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
I speak to the trees. Did we figure out Uncle Gino was actually not sick? Because he was like, oh, I feel better already, and then I talked to my son Dandy, and I was like, okay, buddy.
Our checks, it's not natural is basically what we got.
So it could be a curse, I believe, is what we decided on.
And he keeps
Could be.
saying that he is sick from a broken heart from Dandy leaving him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So I say, Thurley, we could just say we're coming to check on him. We're worried about his health. It looked pretty rough. And then
I've got an idea about that.
sure, you lead the way. And I will cast. Do you want to talk or should I?
Not sure how much. I probably should talk, actually.
Sure, and I'll cast Enhance Ability on you for whatever the Charisma one is, which I believe is... Foxes? No, Eagles Splendor.
So I'm gonna come up, obviously, following the cough, and once I see him in Dwarvish... Uncle Gino, we were just in the area. Want to see how you're doing today. That sounds worse.
It comes and goes. Why?
Well,
What's a good-looking dwarf like you just wandering around? Come on, come in. And you see, like, it's pretty bare in this caravan. He was reading a questionable book, but he puts it down. He puts like the bookmark in it and puts it to the side. It's like called like Turning Good for Dummies or something. Like,
Okay. I'll hop in. So it's like kind of in a house trailer type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go in.
I follow.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah, remember I'm Thrilly, this is Egg. We're Dandy's friends.
Of course I remember you, Thorilli, and non-dwarf person. He says we
He's
call him
racist, I
dwarvish.
remember that.
Still smiling. Still smiling.
So I've been doing some thinking some more, and, through my training as a cleric. And I'm wondering if maybe somehow you got a curse. I'm not sure how that would have happened. Maybe.
Oh.
Do you mind? I can remove a curse. Do you mind if I just try?
Sure. Of course you can try. Thank you. And his eyes kind of soften towards you.
Okay.
How great that
Cast
you do this.
Zone of Truth instead of remove curse.
All right.
He's willing.
Damn.
What's zone of?
He's willing though.
Let's see.
I think it's a 20-foot sphere, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think he would still get a saving throw. Let's see.
I would have done this also. I would have done the incantation in Gnomish.
I mean, either, like, I would say, like, doing it, like, when you do an incantation, it's not exactly uncommon, Like, it doesn't necessarily mean,
Okay.
like, another cleric would know, but, like, he doesn't seem to be a spellcaster, so. Let's see. You create a magical zone that guards against deception in 15 feet, centered at a point of your choice. A creature that enters... I mean, it doesn't even say here about being willing or not, so... Okay. He has to make a charisma saving throw. I want to whisper, though. You know what? I'll do this. Alright.
I do know if he succeeds or fails, so.
A 6?
A 6 will fail.
Okay.
Do you want? Because technically, I guess.
I
Zeg
rolled a
and I
natural
both
20.
also need to, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I just rolled a natural 20. I need to take a picture of this.
What
Oh
is
my
the
god.
natural 24? You said you rolled a 6 and a natural 20, or does he have advantage on charisma saves?
No, I asked him I asked him. He said a 6 fails, and I said a 6, and then I rolled, and this is what I rolled. It's in chat. I promise. Obviously, I wouldn't. It's just as fun to do Zone of Truth, but
No, I'm just confused. I was just confused. You're good.
okay, yeah. So, to you, it probably means that he like to you, Zone of Truth being cast. You're not sure whether or not he's lying.
So wait a
but I
minute.
know if he succeeded or failed.
Oh, okay. So you
So
would
I
know
know
that
if he can or can't.
Oh, okay. Then you would know that he saves.
Okay.
So
Zach
wait,
does not.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused because you asked if a 6 failed.
Yeah, I don't get it.
The reason why I asked if a 6 failed was because you were saying something, and I was just asking you that. Like, I hadn't rolled yet at all. I hadn't even opened the app yet. I don't have my dice here. I am not. I don't fudge numbers, and yeah.
Cool. So,
Like,
cast it again, Thrilly.
so you would know that he saved right there.
Affected creature is aware of the spell. Does that mean an unaffected creature is not aware? That's really weird wording.
I think that's how what you could deduce. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he does not know that I cast Zone of Truth unless he knows what that incantation
Yeah.
is.
Like someone walking in and him like suddenly talking, he'd be like, "Oh, he's just talking," you know.
Well, I don't think that worked.
Let's
I
try
have
something
another-
else.
We did have another question for you.
My gentleman, I think that you may have stumbled on your prayers to your Lord. It seems that you do have questions for me. Ask them and I'll answer them. You don't have to do any silly thing. Dwarf to dwarf.
Yeah, so Dandy 2 as you call him now. He told us earlier that you swear that you didn't cause the rock slide that killed his family. Why would you have said that?
Kids just talk. They just say funny things, you know. I told him. I think that
I'm speaking in common now.
he's replying back to you in Dwarvish, and then he kind of corrects himself. Yeah. Zach didn't even know that it was the Zone of Truth was cast.
Things are happening and it's pretty rough.
Yeah, you can. He like leans back. You can roll an insight check, Zach.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And kind of like corrects like his posture and how his butt is sitting, and you can see he's kind of getting comfortable, and he leans back and puts his hands on his shrinking belly and says, "You know, there were some questions in the town because it was so convenient that his parents passed shortly before we arrived, and I just wanted to put his mind at ease with the whispers, you know."
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
Join me with my 24, join me.
Nope.
Zach, you can. So thoroughly, he's a shifty guy, and you're not quite sure how to read what is truth or not on him, and it doesn't seem like he's like you can't quite tell if he's telling the truth or if it's another grift. Like your preconceptions about him, you assume he's lying, but you can't tell if it's the truth either.
Yep.
And Zag, it seems that he believes what he's saying.
I sort of hum loudly, and I just like deep in thought. He definitely believes what he's saying, whatever he said.
Okay, well, I'm sorry the dispel curse didn't work.
He puts his hand
Wait,
on your
I
shoulder.
can't say that.
Oh.
I'm
he
I'm sorry that didn't work.
You're a young cleric, and I'm sure you just made an honest mistake. Uncle Gino
Probably.
forgives you. Don't worry.
Yes, I am sorry that Zone of Truth did not work.
That's so true.
Okay, well, thanks, Uncle Gino. And I will leave.
You're welcome. Do you want the tips for the day? To pay for the energy you spent trying to cure me.
Take it.
It
He smiles.
wasn't all that much. It's okay.
All right. And he puts the pouch back down, and you see you hear the jingle of only a few coins in there.
And I guess we'll go back and meet up with everyone.
Yeah. Crew meet up.
All right, Uncle Gino.
The dude's so shifty, but we can't pin him down.
The wily snake.
Yeah.
If
I should have read Zone of Truth a bit more before for charisma. Because then I would have really known that it wasn't a good idea.
But honestly, I was very, very lucky on that roll. I roll first roll of the night, natural 20. So, would it have worked? We don't know. Yeah, so you meet up with the gang. It's quiet, kind of evening, and yeah. Is there anything you want to do?
Where are we right now?
In Baldur's Gate?
No, I know, yeah, but like where?
Yeah, where are you guys?
Where even
I would
are
have
we?
gone. I would have gone around the city to look and see if around the shops, and I'm not really looking just to shop. I'm kind of just scoping out the area and checking out people that inhabit Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. So you kind of can tell that there is a very, very rich side of Baldur's Gate where a few families live, and there is it's all humans from what you can tell, except for one family which you're aware of that is a dwarven family. And then the lower Baldur's Gate, which is full of just workers who work from probably early morning to noon, and then they get the rest of the day off where you see them prepping for the next day, and they all seem very busy and eager, and they all have a little bit of a twinkle in their eye, hoping that one day they will be able to live in Upper Baldur's Gate. Yeah, and then you have the sailors and stuff, and it's a huge city, and you kind of feel lost and claustrophobic in it at parts. Yeah.
Do I see anybody that I would recognize as people we're looking for? We're waiting for them to come to us. Is that right? I forgot what you said. Sorry.
That's okay. It's really confusing, and there are a lot of right now. I'm sorry.
No, my brain is just completely gone. So
just another recap. The cult that you found, and then you returned, and everyone had gone.
Mhm.
They are taking treasure up the Sword Coast. No one knows why, and they're all trying to figure out. And they want you to join the caravan that they're taking these goods on and spy.
Okay.
So you're waiting. They started down more south of you, and it's going to take over like 7 days for them to come up from the original start to Baldur's Gate, and you guys have done about 4 days. So
Okay.
they're going to be there within 24 to 48 hours, and then they get a day's rest, and then they go.
Okay.
Wait, what cult is this? What?
The Cult of the Dragon.
Oh, okay. It's not like a new cult. Okay.
No.
Right.
I'm sorry. Okay.
There's so many cults.
So many cults. 2 cults, and then a lot
So
of
they want us to spy on the caravan. For what reason?
to see where they're going, find out more information.
Okay. Okay.
And we are
Typical
really
spy
good
stuff.
at finding information.
Yes.
Let me
so
tell you.
Good, so good.
And Rona, I missed the part where you got the dagger, but it was just to confirm, it was a box with a bloody dagger in it and a
Yes.
lock of red hair.
Yes, remember we were sitting at the bar and she came and gave me a box and you were excited to see what was in
I
it.
do remember you getting the box and being excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that was what was in it, and then Rona was kind of like,
The red hair
Destroyed
belonged
after that.
to Thurley's Bay.
yeah, Thurley's girlfriend died.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and in the dream, the god that is courting him told Thoroughly she could have been your wife.
It's pretty weird if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She wants
So-
Thoroughly.
So that's priority number 1 right now, is to figure out, or is it?
well, among other things, I think like that's the thread that's kind
Yeah.
of carrying us through. But right now, in quote unquote mission, I think, is to follow these stupid cult people.
Yeah, so
Right.
overarching is dragon cultists and dragon
Yeah.
stuff. Then secondary is, well, I guess secondary to the technical main plot is Thurley's Bay wrap up, the
Yeah.
Rolling Stones wrap up, and now we have Rona's grandpa wrap up, which is tied in with Thurley's Bay
With Thoroughly.
wrap up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently my grandfather was a complete scumbag. Who knew?
Could it have just been straight up in him that killed Thoroughly?
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. That's
Yeah.
why. Oh, I don't know if you read what I wrote, but yeah, he there was like a whole thing where Rona introduced them to the
Yeah.
weapons and told them what had happened.
Gotcha.
Thoroughly was obviously upset.
I'm glad you guys had this discussion because it's good for you guys to tell each other, not.
Yeah.
So basically, it's what we want to do first. I don't know if we have any leads on anything really besides whatever your grandfather was up to, Rona, in the city. I don't know what the deal is, but we already have somebody sleeving down leads on that, right? The priest guy we just saw, the billion.
Maybe we should.
Well, I think I don't know. Like as far as that goes, I think we should probably discuss that character. But yeah, I
Yeah.
doesn't really know
Yeah.
a whole lot.
Cool.
I
just-
think-
yeah.
I think for now would be a good time for your characters to discuss what's going on.
Cool.
Out of character now that you all feel caught up. I think it's a great chance for you guys to touch base and decide what's important to you
Okay.
while you're in Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
So was Halek? Where was Halek?
I
Where was your tattoo?
was just actually, believe it or not, in my room at the Elf Song Tavern, giving Bonchan the Snake a little time to be out of my pocket, and also reading my level 1 magic book.
Sorry, I love it.
Very adorable. And I'm going to.
Is that Magic for Dummies or something like that?
Yeah, that's my yeah.
So I'm gonna head up, and then not seeing common room, I'm going to look for you guys upstairs and knock on each one of your doors individually. I don't know who's in and who's not.
I'm here, and I answer the door. And as I open the door, I'm sort of shoving Bonchan back into my pocket.
I go in quickly so that you can close the door. Are they back yet?
We'd probably wandering around now. I would assume.
They're just wandering behind me. Hey!
Yeah.
Close the door.
I haven't seen them, but I'm sure they'll be coming back soon. Did you see anything interesting in your travels?
Not really. It's just the goings on of the city. It's kind of a weird place.
I can't say that I'm much of a city person.
I've never really been, but I can't say I really like it either.
I'm not particularly enjoying my time here.
Well, pretty soon we'll be out of here, but I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to pull off the spy thing.
Yeah, and
let me know when we get back.
Oh no, just knock on the door or whatever.
Yeah, I'll let you guys get back about now.
yeah, we can go to the common area if you want.
I don't think we
Better
should.
than me. Spying, you'll be better than me at spying.
Clomp, 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 clomp. We walk up the stairs.
Yeah, that way we don't have to repeat it 18 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Party in Halix room.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm
I go
glad
and
to
jump
see
on
you're
the bed.
awake.
Pop the bubbly.
So I assume
That food from yesterday is still there.
So Zach's gonna glance behind us, make sure we weren't followed, look around a little bit, check the hallway, and then go in and close the door.
All right.
So we were talking about what, well, among other things, how we don't like the city, but also this new spy mission we're going to be going on. Anybody have reservations about that? And
No, I think we need to get on that. Dragons are kind of a big deal.
all right. Well, does anybody have any good ideas? Because besides Dandy, I don't think any of us are really great at lying.
Yeah, we let Dandy talk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ooh, what if we all say we don't have tongues? I mean, we clearly don't say it, but what if we just act like we don't have tongues?
What happens when we eat food near them, around them?
Well, you don't show people your tongue when you eat. People without tongues eat, don't they? Hey, like, you know, right?
I mean, I can't say that that I'm great at keeping my mouth closed when I eat. I've always kind of struggled with that.
We really, really need a mage.
We don't have to tell them anything. We can just say that we're escorting the caravan. We can, I mean, if needed, we can sneak around at night, but otherwise we're just caravan guards. I don't. Is that?
I don't. I think that they'll believe us in that, and we have. Do we have somebody somebody's name that they would recognize that sent us, or no? Maybe we should find
Lang de Gross has sent us.
Lang.
Lang de Gross has Cyan Wrath sent
That
us.
would be the blue half dragon we killed in that cave with the poison gas and the dragon eggs.
Okay.
And just
Well, yeah,
to
we
be
just-
clear, you're not posing as cultists.
Right.
No, we're
Just
just
guards.
going to go help them, and then
Yeah.
Well, then we don't
Ben-
need to know anything.
Right, we're
yeah,
just
well, they're
guards.
just mercs.
We're
Yeah,
hired
you're just
muscle.
helping guard the
Or
caravan.
hired magic in my case, because I don't got
I
no
guess-
muscle.
I guess I mean to ensure that we get the job. You know.
So Dandy gets pushed out front, and he sells us.
And
Exactly.
if not, we give him a demonstration.
With whoever decides to not be cooperative.
Exactly.
Well, none of us are really good on the spot. I've noticed that we tend to fumble when the pressure's on. So, if there's any spells that any of you have that can give us a little boost, maybe that would be beneficial before we go meet them.
Talking boost? Sure, I can make whoever's talking talk better. Or at least, if that's what you mean.
Oh! No! I have a thing! I can bless one of you, or whoever's going to be the center.
And Thrilly always has his divine magic to help us a little bit.
Alright, well, I feel a little bit better now.
I feel like
yeah.
you like me.
So,
No charming.
No charming. Bad Thrilly.
so
We definitely should
What?
not charm somebody and then get into a mission with them for days and days.
Unless you can keep the charm going.
Possibly.
Maybe.
1 hour, I have... Wait, does it last longer if I use... No, higher level is more people.
Oh.
I can do it for 9 hours out of 24, guys.
That's pretty cool.
And then I can take care of the other... another 9. So that's 18 hours of charm person.
Great, guys.
This
Really
is our
playing the
foolproof
game.
plan. Charm person.
If the spell works.
Yeah, assuming they don't.
Yeah, that's assuming it works
Yeah.
all the
And
time.
it works every time.
Works 25% of the time, every time.
Yeah. So, anyways, I say we just talk to them and we be guards. We're very good at that
Killing
kind
things.
of work. Yeah, I didn't want to
Yeah.
say it out loud, but yeah.
Yeah, we're good at that.
And if they really want a demonstration, if they're willing to give someone up, we can provide a demonstration.
We can also hit them and not kill them. That's a thing that we can do, but sure.
That's
So we just
Not very
hit
good at
them?
pulling punches.
what did you say, Bruna?
So we just, what do you mean hit them?
If they don't think we're good enough guards, we prove ourselves in whatever way is necessary. Thoroughly just wants to hit something.
Oh, like just a brawl.
Yeah, we prove ourselves.
I don't like this.
We're
I
just,
just
Well,
wanna
if they're
go on
not believing
record.
that we can guard it, then we gotta prove ourselves.
yeah, it's only if they don't believe that we're guards. I feel like they'll just think that we're guards because we're guards. It's
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
I don't think we're gonna have an issue. Unless you let me charm them.
then we'll have an issue, 100%.
Don't say we're not going to have an issue. That's when we always have an issue.
Well, we always have an issue, so...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to
That's
tell you.
There's always an issue.
For a change, let's let Dandy talk.
Yes,
I can make him
think
talk
that's a good
more
idea.
gooder, and then we'll be all set.
Well, that sounds like a plan to me. Now all we have to do is kill the 24 hours it's going to take for them to get here.
And at that point, Zag points at both Erica and Thorilli, Rona and Thorilli, and he goes, "Are your problems solvable in the next 24 hours in this city?" And then he also asks Danny the same thing, but I'm not sure where he is. If he's
No.
there.
No, definitely not.
So then we literally just kill time until they get here.
Well, wait. We have more than 24 hours.
24 to 40.
We have. Yeah.
So we can get really drunk.
I think we should lay a little bit of groundwork and do a little bit more investigating.
About the dragon cultists that we've killed a lot of?
No, about the what's intriguing me the most is this dagger, and I feel like there's got to be a stone unturned.
I thought that's why we talked to the level 1000, the very strong cleric guy.
Yep.
Well,
He's
let's go.
taking care of that, guys. Let's just relax. We've been going full tilt lately.
I'm sorry, the city gives me all this anxiety.
Same. And Cyrilli's gonna go back to his and Dandy's room.
This is
Before you do that, you hear a knock on the door.
some bitch. We didn't put alarms on the door again. They hear everything.
God! No.
Rona jumps.
Just a soft, it's barely even a knock. You hear just like a drumming of fingers. Quiet.
Oh, that's very creepy. Who's answering the door? Oh, I will. I can open.
You open the door and there is a man, a human man.
Oh, man.
Wiry. A man. He looks like Channing Tatum. No.
Oh, man.
Thin and wiry, and he's kind of lurking in the shadow. He pulls down his cape, and you see jet black hair pulled back into a tight ponytail, and one eye looking back at you. The other's mangled and a patch covering over like his face, half looks like burned off. He has black leather gloves, and he motions. Can I come in?
Well, you look really
By all
friendly,
means.
but I don't know who you are.
Let me in your home. Or
No.
your home. Let me in your room.
That's
Rona,
a weird
let
way
him
to
in.
And I'll
say it.
answer the questions
No.
you have about the sharp object
Can
under
I
your armor.
He's
I-
the rat. Let him in. He's the rat.
Let him in.
can I cast?
Got
can
any
I do
cheese?
Can I do an insight check on him?
Yeah.
Got any cheese?
Thrilly walks over, grabs him, holds him in, and shuts
yeah.
the door.
You can't do that. I'm standing in the middle of the doorway.
You've got any cheese?
Got any cheese?
Hmm.
What if you really said that?
Yeah, there you go.
He is mysterious and weird, and you get the feeling that he is the rat that you were promised.
Okay. I push him in.
I'm in the process of starting to cast a spell.
Okay.
And I'm
Can I
trying
cast
to
it?
look my most.
But when she finally lets him in, I stop.
Okay. and
I just want to look tough right now. That's all.
all right. Roll an intimidation.
Damn! You grow 5 feet.
Yeah. He slinks in and looks at Halek. Stand down, my friend.
I'm
This is me standing down.
yeah. I don't say anything.
I hear you want answers, and I can give them to you. And
All right.
not many, but I can give you some light in the dark room you sit in. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Oh, the rat.
Oh, the rat. I'll be the rat.
Obi. My name is Obi.
I'll be the rat.
Obi the rat.
Got any cheese?
It's his catchphrase. He just periodically has a tick where he says it.
He's supposed to be dark and mysterious, and then I'm like, you got cheese.
I hear y'all got some of that putrid milk stuff. Cheese. Ugh, moldy milk, right? That's what cheese is.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. All right, so let's
it's
end
not
it for
moldy.
It can get moldy.
Only if it's blue cheese.
You all got really alive at the end, so it seems like you guys are like all punchy now.
Well, we've had an opportunity to talk and act silly, so.
To be fair,
What's up?
once you get past that wall where you're real tired, you hit the punchy zone. Like, that's
Yeah.
how it gets.
Yeah.
Punchy.
Okay, so Dandy obviously called me, like texted me during the game, told me he had to miss tonight. Are we still rolling?
Oh,